So, I think it was Sunday or Monday, I was going to talk about a couple animes and mangas and games. Now, these are just some things that I like, and I'm kind of picky when it comes to romance animes, so I don't really like animes that involve little young type of people in it. I prefer like high school or junior high and stuff like that. And a couple people were talking about the anime picture that I posted a while ago, and it's Hiro no Kakero or something like that. It's the story of the Tomoyori princess, and it's about a girl. Her name is Tamaki, and her parents go out of town for business, and she gets pulled into her grandmother's shrine, which is the Kifu shrine. And so when that all happens, she's walking through the forest, and Takuma, which is the guy with the red hair, he saves her from demons that were going to kill her because they could sense that she was the Tomoyori princess. This was all before she knew she was the Tomoyori princess. So her grandmother tells her, "You're the Tomoyori princess, and you have these 5 guardians, which is Takuma, the guy that falls in love with her, and then 4 other guys. I'm not really familiar with their names. They're really weird names. And then they have enemies, which is the Logos. And Arya is the leader of the Logos. And she tries to awaken the demon. I'm not really good with names when it comes to like really strange names. But the demon is supposed to like destroy the whole world, and that's Arya's destiny. But very, very romantic, very beautiful. The art is incredible. The music they choose is incredible. So look that one up. That one's really, really good. Another one that I liked that I just recently watched was Glass Lip, and mainly, I'm just going to short it down. Mainly the story is that she can see into the future, but she doesn't understand that that's what it is. And at a festival during the fireworks, she runs into a boy, and she finds out that he can see the same thing, but he has to explain to her what it is, and that she can see into the future, and that's probably what's going to happen. And they each have different things that trigger their techniques or their power. His is his mother's music. She's a pianist. And then the little girl, hers is anything sparkly and shiny, which her dad's a glass blower. But the story of it is so cute. It's so pretty. And again, the art in that one is very pretty too. So that one's a really good one. Glass Lip and Haru no Kakera, the Tomoyori princess. Those two are the 2 animes. Now, mangas. There is one that I saw on the page a while ago that I am totally nuts for. I love it. My husband bought me the first 2 volumes, and then I couldn't stop reading them, so I went and read the rest of them online, and it's called Blackbird. What Blackbird is about, it's a girl who's a priestess, and the guy that's with her, he's a demon, and the basic of the story is forbidden love, I guess you could say it. And it's been a long time since I've read it, so like I'm not really good with that. And also, so Blackbird, that one's really good. I can't really remember it, so I'm kind of horrible at that one. But there is one that I did read that's kind of like Blackbird, and I went crazy over it. It's Love Spell. It's so good. It's about pretty much the same thing, a priestess, and then, but this guy, he's a demon, he's a succubus. He feeds off of women's pleasure and stuff like that. And some people know and some people don't. In order to be a priestess in Japan, you must remain a virgin for life in order to serve the shrines and stuff like that. And this one, she's deathly afraid of demons, and in the very first volume, her friend runs up to her and tells her that a guy is flirting with a girl, and it's inappropriate considering Japan school type of things. And so she runs down the hall and she finds the guy, and then she kind of yells at him and freaks out on him. And then gradually throughout the whole story, she finds out he's a succubus and he finds out that she's a priestess. And they fall in love, and he takes her to the demon realm to meet his brothers and stuff like that. And she has a certain kind of blood that is irresistible to demons, so she's constantly being under attack by demons, and his name is Kagura, and he's constantly saving her and protecting her because she has a certain kind of rare type of blood. And it's incredible. It is such a good manga. And also, 2 games that I love playing on my phone. They, I think they're pretty new. One of them is called Illegal Romance. It's about a cop named Noze, and then another guy in the story named Masahiko. And the main person is the person you're playing. And Noze, the police officer, finds you in a telephone booth unconscious. And when you come to, you have no recall of your memory. You don't know who you are, you don't know where you're at, you don't have anything on you to represent your ID. So Noze was kind enough to take you to his apartment and take care of you until your memory comes back. And gradually through the story, Masahiko, the other guy, shows up and he tells you, oh, you're from Ikebukuro, and you need to come home with me, and we're getting married and all this stuff, and you're my fiance. And then at the same time you're in love with Noze, and then you figure out, oh well, Masahiko is my fiance. So it's pretty thrown back and forth, so I guess it depends. I didn't really get a choice with that one, so I don't think you can really choose whether to fall in love with Masahiko or Noze. So that one's pretty good. There's another one, it's called Psychics, and I will, in the comments, I will leave the names of the animes, the mangas, and the games I'm discussing. But in this one, it's called Psychics, and it's about a girl, which is the main character, which you're playing, and it's about the detective that you look up to, Mr. Kiryu. And pretty much he rescued you when you were in high school because you got caught up in some issue, and he had to rescue you. And ever since then, you've worked hard to become a detective, and you've gradually worked yourself up, and then one day, you get promoted to be his partner. And the main character is just looks up to him, she's in love with him, and through the story, it's pretty weird. It's sci-fi type. You find out that you're an Eru, which is there's Hirus and Erus, which the Heroes are the bad people that kill and kill and kill to gain power and to devour their souls, and it's just the negative aspect on them. And then an Eru, which is what you are, you choose, you pretty much just find out that Kiryu, Mr. Kiryu, has a power, which his power is, they keep finding murdered people among murdered people, and there's a woman named Salamander, and she's a vicious killer, but she also only kills Erus. So you find out that Mr. Kiryu's power, because each person has a different kind of power, and you find out Mr. Kiryu's power is to speak to the deceased. Those who've been murdered, they tell him, lady with long black hair, lizard tattoo on the back of her neck. And so pretty much you gradually get through this story and you find out more on what the difference is between Herus and Erus. It's really good because and they're both free. Both those games I mentioned are free because personally I don't like having to pay for games. So you can check those out, and like I said, I will leave all of the name of the mangas and animes I discussed. And there was one more that somebody asked about, which is, I'm not really good with the name, but it's called Spring Blue. And they asked about it, and that anime is incredible. It is so good. It's about this girl who was in junior high and fell in love with a boy in the same junior high as her. And when she went to confess to him, he actually disappeared and moved away, and she didn't know what happened to him. So later on in her high school year, she sees him at school, and she's thinking, is that him? Is that him? I don't know if that's him. So, and he's changed his personality from a sweet, open-hearted, friendly type of person to somebody who shuts everybody out, has a wall up, and just minds his own business and doesn't conversate or socialize with anybody. So she's confused on the point on whether it's him or not. So walking home, she has a favorite shrine that she goes to visit and relax, and that is where she finally meets him. But when she asked, "Who are you?" he gave her a different name than the person that she was in love with in junior high. So pretty much the whole story is, that really is the guy that she fell in love with, but a lot happened in his life through junior high all the way up to the time where he met her that changed his world, his aspect on life. It changed his being, and pretty much he gradually opens his heart back up to this girl, and he falls in love with her and tells her everything about what's going on, and it is a very good anime, and you should watch it. It's very, very cool. So I'll leave all the names in the mangas and animes and video games down in the comments, so let me know what other animes and I'll do more videos. Thanks.